Well, thank you, Grace, for the announcements. For some of you who don't know me, I'm Jake. I'm the Vice President, and I have the privilege to welcoming our speaker of the night, our President, Lauren. She's a senior and a poli-science major with a minor in philosophy, going into the law route. Her two fun facts about her: her favorite singer is Zach Bryan, and she loves hot dogs. So please give a warm welcome to Lauren.
Couldn't be more true. Well, first of all, I just want to say again, thank you guys for bearing with us through our technical difficulties. Instagram just hates us apparently, but we'll get it figured out. We'll get our YouTube back. I know parents like to watch and family members and stuff. So, all right. So I know Jake kind of already said all this, but for those of you that don't know me, my name is Pesola. I'm a senior. I'm majoring in political science, and I have a minor in philosophy. I'm on a law track. I just took my LSAT, and I'm getting ready to do my law school applications for next fall. I've been on the Focus Exec Board for 3 years, and this is my second year being president. I'm also involved with Cardinal First, and I work at a law firm as a legal assistant. So these are just some of the people and animals who are very important to me. So of course I have this year's exec board, last year's exec board, Focus. Met some of my favorite people here. So next to that is my mom, who's here. Hi, Mom. Next to that is the dog, the legend, Georgie Lane, who's also here. Then below that is my family, my cousins, and my wonderful grandparents. And then I just have some of my very close friends who I go to concerts with and hang out with, and all my favorite people. So, and of course I have iced coffee and a hot dog on there because those are my favorite things as well. So I'm going to give you a brief little summary of my faith journey, just in case you haven't heard me speak before, just so you can get to know me a little bit better. So I was raised Catholic. I was a CCD dropout, but then I started going to Catholic school in middle school, and then I ended up loving it and going to Catholic high school as well. So when I first came to North Central and started coming to Focus, I was definitely the farthest away from God that I have ever felt. I went through a very difficult time the summer before college. I got really sick. I had severe fatigue, muscle pain, weight gain, and even hair loss. But after spending the summer seeing a bunch of different doctors, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition. On top of that, I'm also a type 1 diabetic, so it was a lot to handle. And it was definitely one of the hardest times of my life, and it made starting college very difficult. But I fought to get healthy again, and I did. And you know, sometimes at times like these, they're really hard when you're going through them, but you need them because they bring you closer to God, and that's exactly what happened to me. And I very much so have Focus to thank for that. So I am a senior, and most of the time we have our seniors speak at the end of the year, which I will also do, so lucky you guys get to hear from me twice. But I did just want to kick off the year of speakers by giving a little overview about what Focus is, our goals on campus, and my hope for what Focus can do for everyone. So I want to start off with our Focus core values. So our first one is that Focus is a weekly student-led interdenominational Christian worship service and community, which is a mouthful, but this just basically just summarizes who we are. So we're all about providing a space for people to worship, strengthen their faith, and learn about God. We're open to all denominations, and we welcome and love all of our Focus members, regardless of where you are in your faith journey. I know sometimes coming to like a faith focused or religious organization can be kind of scary, but we're not scary at all. We're very chill, as you guys can probably tell. So number 2 is that Focus is a student organization and not a church. So all this means is that we put on a worship service every Thursday, but not an actual church service. So if your goal is to start attending church more, we are not that. But we are an excellent place to start up or pick back up on your faith journey and grow closer to God. And we're a great place to just kind of slow down and connect with God and pray in the middle of the week. But we are not an actual church. So number 3 is Focus is a family and a strong community. To me, this is the most important of our core values. The main goal behind forming Focus is to build a loving and supportive community. And we want to provide a safe space for everyone to come and be able to strengthen their faith with a group of like-minded students. And this is why we always talk about the Focus fam, because we truly are. We're just one big happy family. So number 4 is So here at Focus, we are all about accepting everyone no matter where they are with their faith and helping each other through hard times. We want to be accepting and loving to everyone that comes through here. Number 5, and finally, is faith in action. This value to me is basically taking what we talk about and preach about here at Focus and spreading it to the rest of the campus community and the world. We're all about being loving, kind, respectful, and accepting of everyone. And I think that everyone could benefit from some more empathy and kindness in the world because these days it seems very rare. So I want to dig a little bit deeper into Focus being a strong community and a supportive family. There are so many different reasons that people come to Focus, but the most common one I hear is that I want to get closer to God and rebuild my faith. I think college is a time where people really drift away from their faith, whether that's because you're far away from home and you don't know what church to go to, or you just life has gotten really busy, or maybe you went through a tough time and you're just feeling really far away from your faith. But there's a place for Focus, or there's a place for you here at Focus. Everyone has their own faith journey, and Focus is here to support each and every one of you through that. And I think that is why when we have our student speakers talk, I feel it's so important because it lets everyone know that we're not alone in this. And anything you've gone through, there's probably someone here who's gone through something similar and can relate to you. So a Bible verse that I think really exemplifies this is 1 Thessalonians 5:14, and that says, and we urge you, brothers and sisters, warn those who are idle and disruptive, encourage the disheartened, help the weak, be patient with everyone. So as I've said, we're all about grace, love, kindness, and acceptance. And the goal is that everyone who walks into Focus comes out a more empathetic, loving, and Christ-filled person and spreads that into the world. So this leads me to my next little subtopic, and I want to begin with this verse, which is Matthew 7:15 through 18. And it says, watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruit you will recognize them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, and a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. I think in college especially, it is so important to surround yourself with the right people. If you are consistently hanging out around the wrong people, it can lead you in a very negative direction. There are a lot of people who bear bad fruit. Now, this doesn't mean that they're horrible people, but they might just not be the right people for you who are going to help you walk in the right path. So we should always strive to be around people who are going to support you and encourage you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. Surrounding yourself with people who try to tear you down can take a really big toll on your well-being. Last year, I had an experience with someone very close to me who I thought had a lot of great qualities I look for in people that I surround myself with, like kindness, empathy, and acceptance. But unfortunately, I realized after some time that none of that was really the truth. This person worked to gain my trust, but then hurt me and then some of the people that I love and care about. I discovered in the end that this person was a bad tree and spreading bad fruit. I was angry at myself for not seeing this right away, but it taught me a lesson, and that it taught me to be much more aware of false prophets and the importance of surrounding yourself with people who are going to build you up and not tear you down. That's why this year it is especially important to me that at Focus, we really work to be a support system for each other and a safe community where you can be confident that you are surrounded by other good trees. So I want to conclude with this verse, which is 1 John 1:7, and it says, but if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus, his son, purifies us from all sin. This verse contains one of our favorite words here at Focus, which is fellowship. Fellowship is so important to us because it helps to create the beautiful Focus community that we all know and love. Focus has done amazing things for me over the years. It's allowed me to meet some of the kindest people and build relationships with some of my best friends. And my hope for this year is that Focus can do the same for all of you. As your president, I'll do my best to always make sure that we are remembering and living the Focus core values, and that Focus is a loving community for everyone. My goal is really that Focus is a light on campus for people. So thank you for listening to my little talk, and let's have a great year.